Hi everybody, it's Ricky Molina from the Ricky Molina YouTube channel, where I usually share some of my music for film, for videos, commercials, as well as for entertainments. You should check out my website at rickymolinaproductions.com as well. I also do occasionally a video on a product review or an instructional video on usually playing the guitar, sometimes arranging, music theory, etc. Today's video is going to be a review of Thumbtack.com. Thumbtack is a website that links people who need services done around the house, or they need to get, let's say, a website done and they have a project that needs to be fulfilled. And then you also have on the other side service providers. So these are people who are the craftsmen, the skilled website designer, the musician who can provide lessons, for example. So Thumbtack is kind of like a medium between the service providers, the skilled craftsmen, and people who need services done. So today I'd like to just talk to you about my experience with Thumbtack, and just want to share this in case you happen to be thinking about giving some lessons or maybe selling your skills locally through people who may be subscribing to Thumbtack services. A couple of years ago, I got this email about Thumbtack, and that if you have a particular skill set you wanted to share or get paid with for doing gigs, sign up and give your profile and everything like that. So I did, and I wasn't really thinking about giving guitar lessons per se at first, but I thought, well, why not? There could be some up-and-coming musicians in the area here, guitarists who want to learn how to play guitar. Thought, why not, list myself as for giving a guitar lesson here or there in the area. So I signed up. And you provide your profile of your skill sets. In my case, a number of years of experience learning and playing guitar, as well as doing recording work. I'm a fairly affable person, and I thought maybe I could come across some guitarists in the area who need a guitar teacher. So the way it works is, you set up your profile, and what Thumbtack starts to do is they start sending you emails. So what begins to happen is, after a while, you'll get these offers for, so-and-so in the area that you live in, somewhere within driving distance, of course, needs a guitar teacher or whatever service you're providing. I got tons of emails from Thumbtack every other day, practically, saying that this and this person needs a guitar teacher. And if you click on the link, you can see a description. This person, Pablo F., for example, first initial of his last name, in a town not too far from where I live, needs a guitar teacher. He's 45 to 64 years old. He can't read music, no formal training. What type of guitar is he interested in? Classical music, etc. All this background information about the potential student. And then at the bottom it says send quote. So you're supposed to click on this, and then you log in with your username and password, and then here are some of the quotes that I've sent out. Now, it costs about $2 per quote. So every time somebody sends you, this email that they're interested in your services, if you're really very interested in teaching guitar, in this case, you're supposed to theoretically send each of these people, these potential prospects, a $2 quote. But as you can see, this can really add up over time. Now, it would make sense if you were to have gotten some customers out of this. But in my experience, and I've been, following this kind of like as an experiment more than anything else at this point, I haven't gotten any realistic leads. No people have responded to my quotes. And so the question then becomes, well, why haven't any of these potential customers responded to my quotes? I must have sent about maybe 20 to 30 quotes over the past 3 years doing this. And the bottom line is I haven't gotten any results from this. No realistic, no real person has ever responded to my quote, asking me what kind of guitarist I am, what is my background, any sorts of questions that a potential student would be interested in asking a teacher. I never got any feedback from these leads, and I began to wonder, why is this the case? So I would ask around, local guitar teachers who I happen to know, or I came across at guitar stores, etc. And I asked them, well, how much do you charge for a guitar lesson per hour, let's say? And they would say like anywhere from like $50, $45, $40 if they come into the store for a lesson, $50, $60, even $100 an hour, depending on the level of expertise. So when I was sending out my quotes, I was sending out my quotes at $50 an hour. And once or twice I sent out a quote for $40 an hour just to see if I would get some feedback, because if I lowered my price, I figured chances are I would get a pretty good result from a potential lead. But that wasn't the case, in fact. I never got any real response from anybody. So I began to think that this must be some sort of scam. And I began to look around and check other YouTube videos to see what other service providers and skilled musicians or, graphic designers or electricians or whoever it is, whoever's using photographers who are using Thumbtack, what has been their experience. And what I found is that a lot of people like myself have responded to these quotes, paid $2 or got a package deal of, buy $20 worth of quotes. They'll use them up after 10 or so potential prospect leads, and they get nowhere. So they end up sinking in, a couple $100 here in what is most likely a scam. There are people out there who want to get their money back, who've used Thumbtack and lost, a couple $100, even more, promoting and their own skill sets, etc. But I'm just here to say that, you live and learn, you want to move on, and you want to just basically be aware of what's out there. Caveat emptor, let the buyer beware. Whatever works for you, go with that. But I just want to say that, you just got to be careful with what's out there. It sounds like a great service, but in fact, it could be just, a bunch of computer algorithms trying to crawl around the web, trying to find these theoretical persons. Okay, I just wanted to share with you one other experience I had with Thumbtack. As I was sort of double checking and vetting their credentials, I decided to take, for example, I got this lead potential prospect from a person who had a very unique name. So their last name, for example, was of a particular ethnic background that it's very uncommon. So I figured, well, maybe if I could try to find this person in the white pages, call around, I could ask them if they were in fact interested in taking guitar lessons with me. And I ended up finding out that this person didn't really exist. They were no longer in the area. And in another case, this person was a member of a community organization, but was not interested. They contacted that person and they had never expressed an interest in taking guitar lessons. So a lot of these potential leads that you see here from Thumbtack are fictional. they're not real people. But you're lucky to even get a real life person in many of these cases. So you're paying for quotes that are going nowhere. I mean, these are not real people. They're in most cases, at least in my experience. So, I'm just going to throw that out there for what it's worth and share this experience with you. I'm not trying to, create any further trouble for any companies here. I'm just trying to share with you for the, for someone who's a creator or skilled person in a particular field, whether it's music or art or web design, videography, camera work, whatever it is you do out there and you're considering using Thumbtack, I would just sort of caution you to say that based on many people's experiences, and I've checked out a lot of videos online on YouTube, other people have had very similar experiences and even worse than me. And they're calling it a scam and all of this. It's not real, what have you. Well, that's all I have for today. I just wanted to share with you this personal experience. It's a live and learn experience. And just wanted to throw out this word of caution regarding this website. Hope you enjoy this video. Please like it and share and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.